Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I haven't posted in a long time, but here we are right now. So this is a game between two grandmasters. First of all, this is in the 2023 Chess World Championship, and this is our first game of the 14 games. It's against Liren and Jan Nepomniachtchi. I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, let's get right into it. E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6, and this is a Royal Lupus or Spanish. The Morphe defense, and then a variation of the Berlin. The Berlin would be just this right away. This is the Berlin defense. Then you could go here. This is called the anti-Berlin. Or most people just castle here because at the end of the day, you go here and then there's actually a very interesting move. Knight captures e5. The idea is that if you take, you're taking with check and the queen is done. So yeah, and also I'll post a study down below if you want to see it. Yeah, but let's continue with the game. A6 and then knight f6, and now this is very interesting. It's very interesting for sure. Uh, like I can't really explain this move. You just retreat the bishop and then just take it. Licha says it's fine, but I just develop most of my pieces like rook e1 right now. But yeah, I don't know what uh I don't know what Jan was trying to do here, but guess that's how it is. And you still can take this pawn, remember. And but rook e1 happens again. So yeah, now this, I think it's kind of too late for this move. Because you had better opportunities. You could have done this, opening the diagonal for the bishop, but it's still fun. It's not like it's really like a bad move. And also this is called, I forgot to tell you guys, this is called the delayed exchange variation. So be sure to keep that in mind. I think you could see why. So d4 is actually a pretty good move. Licha says doesn't say it right now, but when you can put 2 pawns in the center, then go for it. Now white has more center presence, and black's pieces are all passive and they have a bad pawn structure. Only this pawn and this pawn are on the 6th rank and higher, and sorry, this pawn also, but this pawn's about to be captured soon. So I don't see anything. Black is playing so passively. But the thing is, why white is still has a plus 0.2 advantage only is because that their pieces aren't that developed yet. Because you could see that black is above in development. Knight here, bishop. But again, they're passive, and only white has developed their knight. They're going to develop pieces soon, but still, bringing your queen out, castles, and then bishop here. Okay, they're being very aggressive. Knight there, good. The bishop's protecting the knight. Queen goes back. So now bishop g4 is not really as accurate because after knight d4 they're just better because the bishop doesn't have any targets, the knight doesn't really have any targets, the bishop is stuck protecting this knight after this knight moves, and white's only weakness should probably be putting more pressure on this knight, but then again, you could just move the knight away anytime you want, so I don't see any really that kind of weakness. Another weakness is this pawn here and here. The queen side isn't really as developed as the king side, and there's nothing really threatening this and this. There's nothing threatening, and the whole king side is pretty much safe. This bishop's protecting that, the queen's protecting that. Maybe this pawn needs a little bit more protection, but still. Queen to d7 again, line up, preparing to line up for the d4 knight. Knight c4, c3, my bad. Developing another knight, okay? Again, they have to develop their queen side. Rook to d8, and knight here is not the best move, but here h3 would have been better because there's like so many things for h3. Rook, then queen there, lining up for this. The idea is that if you take, I'll take here, and I'm taking. Even though my king side's significantly weaker, I'm up a pawn, and my queen is gonna protect all of that. And then you're just better here. Now if bishop just captures h3, you don't capture the bishop, okay? Just remember, this knight is still hanging, and you're just gonna end up with a weak king, and it's still gonna be pretty equal, but like your king is very, very weak, and that could make easier targets. But after queen trade, I don't really know, but it's still pretty bad. Your king is like in the open. You have an isolated h pawn, and most of your pieces are on the queen side, and black could just rush you over with their bishops and rooks, and maybe someday the knight. But yeah, that's why that's bad. So you do rook ad1. Now queen here, queen g4. You just cover with the bishop. Just simply cover with the bishop. But if bishop just goes back, that's actually a very bad move. This one, I should add that. That's a very bad move. You just throw the knight here. You're offering an exchange, and if the queen tries to move away, just throw here, and you're just up a full piece. Okay. But knight here was played instead. Bishop captures looks really good. Maybe didn't really like this. Like after this, and rook fe8 probably. But then again, you never know. So knight e6 happens, attacking the bishop, putting pressure on it actually. Knight captures, Bishop h6 is actually a really good move. Well, not really good, but it's a very tricky move. The idea is that when you go here, now that. And sometimes you can even do this. This actually works also. That's what I was thinking when I saw that. But yeah, it's a very tricky move and you're just up a full pawn. But yeah, knight there, here. And now that though, like maybe remember the delayed exchange here. Remember this? Well, maybe this is because that now white is now building a light squared fortress and basically questioning black. You see he's putting all his pawns on light squares and he's basically questioning black. He's saying, now what are you gonna do about your light squared bishop? Like, you can't do anything. I have many targets. Your bishop's trapped on the edge of the board, and both of your rooks are staring at nothingness except this rook, which is staring at its own pawn. This knight is just doing nothing. It can't go there, it can't go there, it can't go there. I mean, it can go there actually. It can go there, but like, then again, oh, I should add that. Again, it's gonna stare at nothingness again. Like, there's no point. Whereas white's pieces are like all active. This knight is centralized. It's pointing at the center, defending his pawn also. And like now white is gonna build up a light squared fortress, and at the end of the day they're gonna be up a piece because their bishop won't be working anymore, and it's just gonna be like that. There's nothing their bishop can do. But yeah, king here, maybe for safety, precautionary measures, here work. And now white soon is gonna start infiltrating this area, this whole box, the whole queen side. He's gonna start infiltrating with this bishop and the queen. Okay? You see a series of trades happen. This is a very interesting move. It's fighting for the D file, and there now black has kind of this dark square fortress kind of also, but it's not that powerful because now they just moved their light square pawn. And now this is probably the biggest advantage of the whole what did I say, game? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Queen B8, infiltrating with the queen. Now the bishop's coming. Now this is a very slight inaccuracy, and very slight inaccuracies didn't lose the game. This putting more pressure on the knight would have been better. You're gonna be up a pawn, and I don't know really what Jan didn't like about this. Like, it's fine your bishop's on the edge of the board, it can always escape. I mean, maybe this, but that won't work because if they go there and that's just a free pawn. I'm gonna delete that from here. I don't know what he was worried about. He could, maybe his bishop didn't have anywhere to go. I mean, you always have there, and then you can put pressure on this pawn. These are double pawns. This is the real weakness of the black position right now. You're up a pawn, and life is great. Okay? But yeah, I don't know what he didn't like about this. Right there, here, and And now, one of the best, and also, yeah, this is the best move in the position. And remember, I think Liren Din is like, has barely any time left right now. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. And he has 10 more moves to get it an extra hour. Because after the 40 moves you make, you get an extra hour. So he has 10 more moves to get an extra hour, and he's probably at 11 minutes. So he has about 1 minute per move. And whereas Jan, I think he has slightly more time than Liren Dane. But yeah. So now Jan goes full aggro, and I think he should have played more defensively, because now the knight can gallop into this spot and start infiltrating. But he plays more aggro. One of the best moves here, h5. Computer likes it. Knight d4 is probably better. But h5, and now c3. Oh. Someone's actually seen my study. I just made it today. Wow. One sec. Oh yeah, and also speaking about this, my channel has almost 100 subscribers. Just 2 more to go. Guys, thank you very much, and let's start to 100. But yeah, and also after c3, you could go to this is better. This is just plain good. But after knight here, c3, and then knight b3. It looks scary, but believe me, it's not as scary as it seems. But yeah, and after a while, he loses all his advantage after this move. He gains some of it back after this. It's not. This is the second best move, and you're basically it's saying that you're going aggro. Now I'm going aggro. Okay, and it's basically black saying that if you go here, I'm just pushing my pawn forward and shoving it into your face. You could go here. I'm going here with check. Danger levels. Here, and like it's still equal, but still like maybe Jan didn't really like this. It's fine, but yeah, now he plays that. Now I think Liren Dane should have just gone with his plan, done here. But I don't know what he didn't like. Maybe I really don't know why he played c4. I would have just gone with the plan of shoving the pawn into the knight's face, either making him go passive, or maybe galloping into the center with really no future. Then I mean, like, yeah, I told you, bishop g6 just ruins everything, really. And then this is a draw. And again, okay, I want to point something out. Opposite color bishop endgames is like mostly a draw, even though you're a pawn up or down. But yeah, that's what I want to say. Once Liren just trades his queens and knights, and he has opposite color bishops, it might it might be like a draw. And it doesn't really matter how many pawns, one pawn up, two pawns up, it doesn't really matter. Let's say all your pawns are on dark squares right now, okay? And your opponent has a light squared bishop, and basically that bishop's holding everything together. You can barely move any pawns, and when you do, they're just gonna attack it, and you can't really do anything. So c4, I don't know what that prevents. h4, preventing h4 from black. Queen d8, trying to trade queens again. This is because once they trade queens, basically it's a draw. The computer says that they should trade queens, but I like Jan's idea, not trading queens. And this is a very interesting move because queen captures d6 is a mistake. Queen captures f7. You're up a pawn. I'm gonna capture that knight then. Okay, you can be all like this and be goofy, and you're gonna be like, oh, now the king has to move. No, the queen is here to protect everything. So, and if if instead you want to play this, then I got this, and you're just dead. If you try to save your queen, that's mate. And this is a check, now just still here. And everything's fine now. So yeah, bishop moves. Trying to trade queens again. But now you might notice, Jan had a very big advantage. It's almost all done. But now isn't Jan stuck in this loop? Right? There's no way to do anything. You can't escape if you try to go here and then here. Now I'm just gonna kick your knight away, and your knight, if you try to even defend your knight, I'm capturing that bishop. So, and now the reason why once you do this and then this doesn't work, obviously here, sorry, and then this doesn't work, is because now the queen's still defending it. So queen captures d8, you can't make any more progress. Now knight retreats back, and now Dane just defends everything. King marches to here, check, and then here. And also, knight captures b2 is a blunder here because of check, and then here. And white's just winning cleanly. So, and now this game is a draw. Knight b3, and it just holds everything. And that's the whole game. It was very interesting. Liren didn't. He just got off the hook. Jan for a sec was holding his neck. He was strangling him, but Liren Dean just fought back. Very interesting game. Jan offers a draw because there's really nothing to do, and Liren Dean accepts, and this is the result of the first game. who could have known that the first game would be a draw? Because, like, Jan had a pretty big advantage. Like, plus 1.4. That's the biggest in the whole match. And then this slight inaccuracy. I mean, like, this move would be natural. Like, anyone would do that. But, like, bishop d6, that's very slight inaccuracy. And Liren just found the best move and slowly, and then after this, f4, very aggro. I don't know. And then this again. Now you're just stuck in this loop. Queen captures d6 is again bad move. And then like you're just stuck in this loop and everything's drawn now. Capture, pawn up. Again, as I said, it doesn't matter if you're a pawn up or not. All that it's still gonna be a draw because sooner or later you guys are gonna trade knights and like you guys are gonna have opposite killer endgames. And one thing is that this bishop can't trade with this knight. Okay, that would be absolutely bad because you need this bishop to equal out this bishop because they're both on opposite squares. So yeah, and again I wanted to make sure knight captures b2, absolutely bad move. This bishop, savior of the day, because the king can't go here, and also this pawn, and then right there, and you're just winning. So yeah, that was the first game, a draw. I wanted to say one more thing. Magnus did not compete this year. Don't know why. Maybe he would have like won all the games. He's like too OP for this. It's like he's literally beating chess. He beat chess itself. Like no man can like do anything more. But yeah, that was all for today's video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, that's really it. Peace.